Okay, hey, friends and fellow drivers, OG Transporter 828 here, your transcontinental logistics relocation expert, once again at your service. All right, so look, let's make this thing real clear from what I was saying. This one will be called Mentoring 2.1 since the other one was 2.0, right? Look, the thing that's the great equalizer from yesteryear to now is this electronic log, okay? Because what used to stop people from making money or help people make money was your ability to just drive, right? And if you didn't have an accident, nobody would know that you weren't where you said you were going to be when you were coloring in the comic book. That's what we used to call logbooks back in the day. We used to call it a comic book because it's a comic strip. You can make it up as you go along, right? And all of that's cool and all of that's fine. Well, once again, like I said, I didn't see people getting into accidents and crashing and flipping trucks over and all this old wild stuff just because there was no limits except your own common sense and your own skill and your own respect for other drivers who are sharing the road that you're sharing the road with, whether they're in a Class 8 truck or a little Volkswagen Beetle, right? I didn't see a whole bunch of that. It's straight up carnage these days, right, in the 21st century, because a whole bunch of people showed up because of the lure of making a bunch of money during COVID. I think that's one of the things that threw everything way out of whack, okay? Way out of whack. And people are still trying to figure out what to do. They're still trying to figure out, how do I not lose everything? I put a mortgage on the house, or I did this, or I borrowed money from friends or something like that. And they're trying to figure out how they can save their credit and their businesses, right? Yeah, and this electronic logging device, the ELD, is just like, this is the thing that causes problems for people. It's the great equalizer, right? That's why these truck stops are the way they are. Have you noticed? Is it because people are scared to drive at night? No, you gotta, if you're not finding a parking spot by about 4 in the afternoon, you may not find one. It did not used to be this way. That's not how it was. Okay? That's not how it was. What you see right now is not the way it used to be. But it is the way it is now. So I'm going to help you navigate those waters. That's all. I got a map that shows me where all the little landmines are so that you can avoid stepping on the landmine, right? And setting that bad boy off. So yeah, it's different, but for me it's totally manageable because this is not my first time doing this thing. But for a lot of you who are following me, who are subscribed to this channel, this is your first time doing this. And let me say one more thing about this whole first time deal, right? There is no shame in your game because this is the first time that you're doing something like driving a truck. Get out of here. There's no reason to be ashamed of that. It is something to be ashamed of if you decide to take down, you drive somewhere you take down a canopy over some fuel island, but it's not a fuel island, it's for cars, and you're in there with your 13.6 or your 14-foot van, you pulling that bad boy behind you, and it's like 12 feet tall. That's something to be ashamed of. But because this is your first time driving a truck, a Class 8 vehicle, 80,000 pounds, 70 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour equals over 100 feet per second, nothing to be ashamed of. As a matter of fact, it's something that you should be proud of. But don't get the big head so that you can't even get into your cab the next day, right? Okay, understand that. But it's nothing to be ashamed of. Everybody starts somewhere, and that somewhere is here, 0. Everybody starts there. Understand that, don't forget that. So some of these guys that you run into, That's how they are. They don't want to talk about it, you know, blah, blah, blah. They've been driving since their mom was 7 months pregnant carrying them. That's how long they've been driving. They wasn't even born yet and they've been driving. You know, all of that kind of foolishness. So don't sweat that, right? Don't let these guys and gals mess you up, because they like to watch the show when it's time for people to park. They like to watch the show, right? So I'm trying to help you not put on a comedy show. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you out so that you're not putting on a comedy show, right? And what you want to do is be like, he's no fun. Look at her. Look at the way she parked. Well, she put that right in the hole. Yeah. Let's look at somebody else. You know, that's how it is. That's what these people do, because it's entertainment, right? It's sad, but it's true. Now, that is something that has always been since I started driving. It's time to watch the show, right? Plain and simple. So that's why I want you to learn how to make sure you know how to back up, because you're going to find yourself in a situation where you need to. Blind side is the opposite of the driver's side. That's all. Don't sweat it, okay? Practice. Correct practice makes perfect. Not practice makes perfect, okay? Correct practice makes perfect. And if you are practicing correctly, oh yeah, you're good. You're good to go. You're good to go, because it's going to work out for you. So take your time. Find some place in your yard of where your company is. Go park. Go practice. Next time you get the chance. You don't have to do it in the truck stop if you don't want to do it in the truck stop. Okay? Just don't get yourself into a situation where you're moving that vehicle faster than you can turn it. That makes no sense, right? And a lot of guys do that. And I don't know why so many drivers, well, yes, I do know why so many drivers are zipping around back and forth, going real fast. It's because there's no clutch pedal to work with. And if they were to try to drive that way with the clutch pedal, they tear the drive shaft out of the truck. Understand that I'm telling you the truth. Ask somebody else. You don't have to just trust OG Transporter if you don't want to. Ask somebody. People will drop a drive shaft in a heartbeat if you start doing stupid stuff to your truck. Okay? Now, I don't know what happens these days with the computer management. If it removes some of that torque when it senses certain things aren't happening, but the torque that'll twist the drive shaft, you know, the torque that'll mess up with those U-joints, and you'll just drop a drive shaft. We used to see them often on the hills. We used to see drive shafts just sitting on the side of the road somewhere. There's and a truck a little further up the road. It is what it is. So you guys don't have to suffer through any of that kind of stuff now. We are all out here together. I am not driving an 18-speed. I'm not driving a manual transmission truck, or else you would have seen me and I would have showed you all of that. I am driving a computer-assisted truck. So, okay, cool. And you guys know it's a Kenworth. It's a K-Whopper 23. All right, big deal. You know, I'm having a good time. But, and I really enjoy it because I use it to its maximum. That's what I do, right? And I'm sorry that I'm looking around. This is so rude. I'm doing all like this and all like that. I hate doing that kind of thing. If somebody's talking to me and they're looking around and not looking at me in the eyes, right? That's just how it is. But I am looking out at the show. I'm also looking to see if somebody's going to come flying through here. I'm in a nice parking spot. You just never know these days, right? Okay, so that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to just kind of kick back and let you know the money that you can make. It's relatively good, but what you're going to have to do is get with a great company, and you have to become a better product for that company. I hate to talk about us that way, but that's how it is, right? You're going to have to become a better you're worth more. You're worth more to the company because of your skill set, because you have a longer record of no accidents. You have a longer record of no tickets. That's who you want. That's no safety violations. You have a longer record of that. Well, you would want somebody that has that kind of record to drive a truck that you own. So why is it different for you when you're the one that's doing the driving and you're working with another company? Yeah, it's not going to be that way. You need to make sure that you are handling your business and be the best professional that you could possibly be. Be proficient at your turns, and be proficient at your backing, and be proficient at estimating your loads and where the heavy part is and where it's not. Understand that you're going to have to really stay on top of your tire maintenance and looking at the different things and catching things in advance before it gets out of control. That's the kind of stuff that all adds up to make you worth more to the trucking companies. Okay, all right. So yeah, that's it right now. That's all I have to say, and we're going to get off of this thing. I'm going to go inside, grab myself some food here on the 4th of July. I'm out here doing what I tell you. See, I do what I preach. You know, I'm not making this up as I go along, talking smack and just talking. I'm not trying to get, I want everybody to see this. I want everybody to see the video, but I'm not just trying to get views. That's not the point. I'm trying to help you. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'd like you to, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask me. If you have anything to say, go ahead and ask me. I put the email at the front and the tail of each of my videos so that you know where to find me and know how to find me. And those who have reached out to me, thank you for doing so. You're wonderful people, and everybody's getting better at this, and we have a better community because of it. So let's keep up the good work, and let's have some fun. And we got another holiday coming up. What's the holiday that comes up after the 4th of July? So we got another holiday coming up. What are you doing to maximize your ability to become that person that they're going to want to do favors for? Because you're going to do them one. Because you're going to be one of those people that does them a solid by showing up at the right time, in the right place, in the right way. Yeah, and you get them out of a jam, they're going to get you out of jams. That's just how it is. Okay. All right. So we'll talk to you guys later. Be safe. Enjoy yourselves. Wow. 12 minutes. I wish I could just do a short video. Maybe one of these days I will. Okay. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you later. Be safe. Have fun. Boom. Let's make it happen. Later.